But like, put it this way, if you don't look after your physical body, you're going to get physically ill. So why don't you do the same thing with your brain? And who do you have to live with? I mean, you have to live with yourself, that voice in your head.
I can manifest like a motherfucker. Everything comes from the imagination. Everything comes from the imagination. So the power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is I can make things happen.
And I'll touch yours, you and those little high-waisted shorts. Oh.
I need to say something. Listen to me. I hope every one of you behind your screens or in this arena can feel this level of happiness just one time in your life. I hope all of you can feel how fucking happy I am just one time in your life. But guess what? You will never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try and shit on you, when they talk shit about you, and they try and put their foot on your neck. If you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve. Fortify your mind and feel this level of happiness as you rise. One time in your life, but I'm blessed to be able to feel this shit again and again and again and again and again.
The last style bender and the new interim UFC middleweight champion of the world. How does it feel and how does it look?
Straight up, I am player one. I've said this before. I started the game at level 2. These boys are still loading.
You ever heard about the anime called Death Note? Anyone? Hands up? Yeah, so he's the Grim Reaper, right? I have a Shinigami with me. And I just had to write his name because I knew. I was like, he's not gonna last. I just wrote his name in the Death Note. And those who knows the rules of the Death Note, they know there's a certain time frame that after your name's written in the Death Note, the Shinigami will get you.
Every time I've said something, I said I'm the UFC middleweight champion from my UFC debut. You just don't know it yet. I did that from my UFC debut, and I did before my UFC debut. I said I was going to fight Robert Whittaker for this belt in 2019, and I did. I said I'm going to beat John Jones 2021 Raider Stadium International Fight Week, and I will. Every single time I say something, I always find a way. There's a method to my madness. I put it out there in front of the world, so that way I do everything in my power. My subconscious does everything in its power to make it happen. If not, then I have to eat my words. And I don't like doing that, you know? So I make them eat their words every single time. Well, to G myself up sometimes, if you ever feel, you know, down, sometimes you look at yourself and you give yourself positive affirmations. That was something I used to do every morning. But also therapy. After my first UFC fight, like straight after I got home, I was like, I need to go see someone about this. Cause,
No way, really?
Yeah. I mean, like, think about it like coffee. You know, if you drink coffee, right, you get a coffee high, and then you crash. So it's like after my first UFC fight, UFC 221 in Perth, there was just a lot of stimulus, a lot of people coming at you. And then when I was finally home alone with my own thoughts, I was just like, it was like a crash. It was like I was sad, and I was sad for like a week. And I was like, why am I sad? I just made my UFC debut in spectacular fashion, made 50K bonus. I realized this isn't really normal, so I sought the help that I needed to help me adjust to the life. And it wasn't until my 4th UFC fight, that was in New York, MSG, that I felt like after I got back, I was able to integrate back into like my own life properly without being in the low. You might say not everyone is mentally ill, but if you don't look after your mental health, just like if you don't look after your physical health, right, you're gonna get physically ill. So you have to be on top of it. Life is tough, man. So yeah, it's good to go through those kind of situations, because I tell those kids, don't worry, because a lot of them, they think this is how life is going to be forever. This is it. And I remember being that kid. So if I could go back and tell myself anything, is just keep going, because eventually, you know, you're not going to peak in high school. They will. I go back to the town that I was at then, and I see a lot of them now
Because even in my brain, when I think about those situations, I see them still as bigger than me. But when I go back, I'm towering over them. I like to be with my own thoughts. A lot of people don't like to be with their own thoughts because they don't like what's happening up here. But you have to face yourself so you can learn how to beat yourself in a way. So yeah, if I can conquer myself, I can conquer anyone. So yeah, this is a part of not just my training, but just life in general, learning how to just be alone with my own thoughts and enjoy my own company. Because yeah, I mean, how can you love someone if you don't love yourself? I still have love for the guy, and I respect the guy. He might not feel the same, but he's a guy that
he does. I think he does.
And he told me like he let me know what to do. He told me, like I said, don't lose focus, and that's why even right now, like I said, FOMO. I'm like, you know, all this shit is cool. This victory tour, you know, rating this shit around, it's nice, but I want to work.
Yeah, that's the.
For me, I just knew I had to go to that place, and that's what my coach said. Go to that place, embrace the darkness, go numb. And I looked across the cage from him, and I said, "You'll never beat me. I'm willing to die." Like I meant that. Like, if this is how I go out, this is how I go out. And I put lead foot down, foot on the pedal, and even when I watch the fight again, I get sweaty palms, my heart's racing, I feel the emotions, and I was surprised, like the pace I put after doing what I did for already 20 minutes. The pace I put on him in that 5th round, that's some shit that I don't want to toot my own horn, but man, that's legendary shit, man. For me, when it's, you know, when I say that, I don't say it lightly. So when I say I was willing to die, I was willing to kill. In that last round, you know, I dropped him in, I think four times. I rocked him probably like 6 times. And the last 10 seconds of that flurry, I was just shifting hook. And I dropped him, like 5 seconds left. And I just threw an elbow on him. I was trying to kill him. Literally, because it's dog eat dog. I'm trying to eat him.
And so the last style bender, that's based on what?
It's based off a TV show I watched, The Avatar. It's a Nickelodeon show.
Okay.
And Aang, the main character, he had to realize his destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the 4 elements, which is water, earth, fire, and air, to realize his destiny. And for me, in this realm, I have to realize my destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the elements of of martial arts. So a lot of stuff in that show as well kind of correlates with my life, with different characters.